I was driving along on a beautiful, sunny September day in my semi truck and trailer. I was pretty happy about my day so far because I was loaded lightly with tires and I was going home. I'm driving a stretch of road that's under repair, and the requirements for truck drivers are to drive in the left handed lane alongside a concrete barrier. The path ahead was smooth, even though it was busy. All of a sudden, the truck in front of me hit the right lane. The truck in front of it had hit its brakes in order to get its second trailer under control. Checking my surroundings, I saw a small Volkswagen convertible with two people out for a ride. I decided then and there to hold my lane and pray that I was able to stop in time and not hit the truck in front of me. I hit my brakes hard, just enough to bring me out of the seat and nose close to the windshield of my tractor. My seat belt had been adjusted with just enough room to give me space in the seat when I drove and to keep me from going out through the windshield. Ramblin' Rose was alert and prepared for the day. My seatbelt saved me and snapped me back into the seat after I was rear-ended by the truck behind me, still going nearly 55 miles per hour at impact. That was nearly 20 years ago. It took me a long time, lying in bed or on the couch, fighting the fact that I was now going to be disabled. I found out that I could not heal, regardless of how many prescriptions I took, regardless of how many protocols I followed, regardless of how many physical therapy appointments or how many messages and massages I received. I was not able to heal. I was told that I would never get better, that my days of rambling rosing were over. I now have diabetes and I have endured over 20 surgeries. It became difficult just getting through every day. Some days all I could do was exist, lying around in bed or on the couch, sometimes just barely making it through that day. Sometimes I would pray for the end of my existence to escape from my thoughts and inescapable reality of pain. Getting through sometimes just for the kids, the grandkids, and for my dog, Mercy Nary. Sometimes my only joy came from attending music festivals when I could and being able to dance, if I could. As a former medical assistant student and wannabe registered nurse, I believed everything I was told until my medications became more harmful than healing. The side effects and allergic reactions, coupled with roommates stealing, led me to a natural path of holistic healing. I am Michelle Nary, known as Mother Cannabis, the stoner tribunary. A tribunary is defined as a people protector or a champion. I help people do their best to protect themselves. I help others find their CannaCourageousness. I'd like to quote Robert Hunter and Jerry Garcia and some of their verses in Ripple. There is a road, no simple highway, between the dawn and the dark of night. If you go, no one may follow. That path is for your steps alone. Ripple in still water, when there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow, you who choose to lead must follow. But if you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I would take you home. I don't really know the way. I will try to show you the way, sometimes by showing you what not to do. I found my path of self-protection. I have had many encounters with clinicians that have both helped and hindered my healing progression. I found my CannaCourageousness in these encounters. I've had to explain many times that I was not a drug addict. I once had a surgeon refuse to give me an elective surgery because of my cannabis use. I had to prove to him that I knew my medical rights and that he was denying me mine, so I fired him. I have since had the pleasure of working with one of the finest neurosurgeons in the country. My lumbar spine has been totally fused. I left the hospital using Tylenol and my cannabis in one or more forms. When I did leave, I was able to climb the stairs and walk laps as well as dress myself. I am CannaCourageous when I deal with people who tell me I'm wrong or that I smell like a skunk. Not that my medical business is also their business. I am CannaCourageous by constantly talking about the flower, also known as my medicine, also known as the plant, to anyone and everyone that will listen. I was CannaCourageous when I was interrogated by my local police sergeant after finding me with a small amount of my medicine. He took my Tangy, as it was his right. I went and got more, as it was my right as a medical cannabis patient. I live in Ohio. Some days the laws work, most of the time they don't. I apply the plant topically, I utilize cannabis orally, and I am also using cannabis for the calm, peaceful, and pain-killing effects that it has on my body and mind. This euphoria helps to keep me free from the daily fear of pain. I am CannaCourageous every time I tell any part of my story. There are many parts to my story that I cannot speak about yet. My hope for the future is that people will stop being afraid to discuss their cannabis needs and uses with their medical clinicians. They're only there to help you. The father of cannabis research, Dr. Raphael McChulam, said, "I believe cannabinoids represent a medical treasure waiting to be discovered." He also said the endocannabinoid system is very important. Almost all illnesses we have are linked to it in some way or another, and that is very strange. It is strange. My hope for the future is legalization federally, and that every university has a cannabis research program. Be CannaCourageous like Dr. Raphael McChulam. Be CannaCourageous like Dr. Bridget Cole-Williams. Be CannaCourageous like me and many other people. Some you're learning about today. More you will read about in our book. Be a ripple in still water. Don't be afraid to tell your truth. Thank you.